Yes! Hey everyone, Dante here with the Raging Geek, and today I have Transformers Kingdom Soundwave. This is the War for Cybertron trilogy series from Takara TOMY. Take a look. So I got this at Target. It was only $9.99. Soundwave, one of my personal Transformers favorites. I have the Gen 1 Soundwave in the box. I have a few others. You know, the Masterpiece series. I have the blue variant and the black Sound Blaster variant. I also have this. This was a Hasbro release not too long ago. They're supposed to be kind of like the cartoon likeness. Got that. And, you know, a big reason why I got this figure is if you look at the back, it transforms into the cassette player, which is really cool. You know, I'm all about full retro transformation. So anything, you know, a lot of times you get figures that, you know, they'll be retro, you know, the retro version, but they won't transform. Or, you know, they'll be the character, but they won't transform into what they did, you know, back in the 80s. You know, it'll be like, you know, you got Megatron and, you know, he used to transform into the P-38 Luger. But now, you know, Megatron, he transforms sometimes, all the time. Now he transforms into a tank. You know, generational gap. You know, I don't know what they'll make Sound Blaster change into. You know, maybe they'll make him change into a Google Echo or like an Amazon Alexa or something instead of a cassette deck. Who knows? So let's open this up. Let's do a transformation. Let's see how hard this is to transform. This is Transformers Kingdom Soundwave. This is from the War for Cybertron trilogy series. This is from Takara TOMY and Hasbro. So the cassette, it's just a solid cassette. It doesn't transform. When you pretty much, the cassette eject button, it doesn't do anything. You pretty much just pull down his chest plate here, and the cassette comes out. And, you know, you just slide the cassette in and out like so. So nothing too elaborate. You know, it doesn't change into Laserbeak. This is obviously Laserbeak here. But that's fine. You know, at least we have the functionality of the cassette player. And, you know, we have something that resembles Laserbeak in the chest. So we'll just put that back up there. Close it up for safekeeping. And we're going to follow these instructions. Supposedly this is just 8 steps to turn into a cassette. So the first step we're going to do is, and this isn't included as one of the steps, but first thing we're going to do is take off the weapon accessories here. Okay, so what we do is counterclockwise, we turn the head backwards. We fold the head down like so. We turn the body around and we fold up his hands. Alright, so far after 3 steps, this is what you should have. His folded up hands. And number 4, you're folding his arms back like this. And, you know, I'm loving this so far. This is a very simple transformation here. You know, if you have any experience with the Masterpiece Soundwave, it's really a bleeping nightmare. Now, I mean, obviously, there's videos out there that make it easier. I mean, I even have one myself, but it's a nightmare. Okay, so after 5 steps, this is what we have. So the 6th step, we're basically... Alright, so when you're done, this should be what you should have. And yeah, you got your cassette tape here. Put it back in if you want. You know, for $10, I mean, this is a really nice mini Soundwave. You know, it definitely, I think, satisfies the nostalgia, you know, without having to break the bank and buy either one of the re-releases for like over $150, or the original, which is probably, who knows how much that's going to cost you. I would say at least a few $100s. Now, if we want to put this back together in robot form, I guess first thing we're going to do is take off the weapons here, and it shouldn't be really too hard after that. Going back to robot mode, I want to say typically easier than switching into vehicle, or if you want to say transform mode. But I think for this guy, when it's all said and done, I think I'm just going to keep him as a mini cassette player. This is pretty cool. Who doesn't like a mini cassette player? In the 80s, when I was younger, those, you had the regular audio cassettes, and then you had the, these mini cassettes, which people usually used for, like, those interview machines. They were pretty much mini audio players, and they pretty much were like a little bit bigger than this. And, you had cassettes that actually, went into them. Probably, I would say, cassettes that were probably a third or a quarter of the size of normal cassettes. And, those were the size of the cassettes for the Gen 1 action figures. So it was pretty cool. It gave it like a real world connection where the mini robots in Soundwave were the same size as these mini audio cassettes. That people would use for audio recorders, for giving interviews and things like that. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, getting back to this figure, I think he'd look pretty cool as a little mini audio cassette. It'd even be cooler, with today's technology, if they made one that was a fully functional mini Soundwave. I think people would definitely buy that. Something to think about, all you Kickstarters. There's money to be made if you're willing to get with it. But who knows if Hasbro would let that happen. And that's it, folks. $9.99 at Target. You can also find these at Walmart. This is Soundwave from Transformers Kingdom. Thanks for watching. This was the Raging Geek. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come again soon. Take care. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy, mini Soundwave? Transform for me.
Raging Geek. Retro. All things geek. Where geeks can be geeks. Raging Geek. Retro. All things geek. Where geeks can be geeks.